Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing the blush tag because I saw a bunch of people do it on YouTube. I saw Samantha March did one, Angie Nyqvist, I don't know if I'm saying your last name right, but I saw her do one. Jessica Braun also did one like ages ago. Like there's been a ton of people who decided to do them and I'm just like jumping on the bandwagon. And I figured it was gonna be a fun thing to do, so here I am contributing to the blush tag. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, my newest blush is actually this trio of trios that I got from a brand called Quo Beauty. They're a Canadian makeup brand sold exclusively and made exclusively for Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. And I got sucked into the Christmas holiday stuff, and these are a holiday release for Quo Beauty, and it's basically like you get a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer in each one, although in this one they're two blushes and a highlight. I'm not sure what was the thought around these, but these are my newest blushes, so it comes with like the highlight there. I'm not actually going to show the highlight, let's just show them blushes. Okay, so there's blush number 1 in the rose gold, blush number 2 in the silver packaging. These are so goddamn reflective. And then we have blush number 3, which is a little bit of a warmer tone, kind of browny color. I like all of these a lot. They're super pretty. I was pleasantly surprised with the quality of them. Although there was one thing about them that I didn't like, and we'll get to that at the end of the video. My oldest blush is actually one that I didn't bring with me here to Montreal. I left it back in Vancouver, and that is the MAC powder blush. I think it is in the color Prism. I have had that for probably more than 10 years. I haven't used it in a very long time, naturally, but I still have it somewhere hidden in the house. Yeah, it's my oldest blush. It's probably the first blush I ever owned. I bought it at the Bay in Nanaimo like 1,000 years ago, and while I was still in high school, and it's been almost 10 years, and I had it while I was in high school, so guaranteed it's been more than 10 years that I've had that blush, but I don't use it. I still have it, but I don't use it. My most expensive blush is the Melt Cosmetics Queen Bee blush in their Royal collection. Looks like this. You have a gold and a bronze. I think, which one is Queen? Queen is the bronze and Bee is the yellow or the gold. And it's just so pretty. I got sucked into this. It's 52 Canadian dollars, this blush, and it's just, I got sucked in. I love bees. I think they're adorable, especially the little bumblebee on the packaging, but then also the little bumblebee on the inside, and there's honeybees on like imprinted onto the blush itself. It's so pretty, and I love how shiny it is, and I actually use this as a highlight as well, like on days when I have a blush on already and I just want like a bit of a golden or bronze sheen, I'll use this to highlight. And it also works as an eyeshadow, like if I just want a wash of gold or bronze on my eyelid, I'll throw this on. So it's a very multi-use product, and that's how I justify paying the $52 for it. But I love this, and I do not regret buying it because it is a very unique product in my collection. I did not have a bronze or a gold blush, so this was $52 well spent, I think. Plus it's an indie brand, and I like supporting indie brands. Speaking of Melt Cosmetics, that's what I used on my eyes today. I used the Muerte palette from the Muerte collection from last year. I followed along with a tutorial by fellow Canadian YouTuber Julia Adams, so I'll link her video down below if you want to know how I got this eye look. I absolutely love it. It's probably my favorite look that I've ever done on my eyes, so thank you so much, Julia, for your amazing tutorial and for making me feel so beautiful. The next category is... Oh, Alexa, stop! I realized this whole time I had her playing ocean sounds in the background because I've been having a lot of nightmares lately, and hearing the ocean like really helps me. Since I don't live near the ocean anymore, it's been a lot harder, so whenever I get bad nightmares at night, I always just throw that on, and I forget. I have it on for days and I completely forget that it's on, so I'll start filming a video and she'll just be playing ocean sounds in the background, so apologies. But yes, next category is the best everyday blush in my collection. I would say that's probably the Fenty Beauty cream blush in the shade Rose Latte. I love using this as an everyday blush. It's a bit darker, but it definitely does not show up that dark on the skin. It shows up as more of like kind of a plummy sort of pink color. It's definitely like not a bright, bright pink, but for that reason, because it's a little bit more muted, I think it's a fantastic everyday blush. Like it works with whatever look you create on your eyes. I absolutely love this blush so much. And the cream blushes from Fenty Beauty is probably my favorite formula just because of how easy they are to blend. And they blend super easily onto whatever finish you have on your face. So if you've powdered down or if you just have put on your foundation and you haven't powdered down yet, regardless of how you set your skin or not, this just goes on so beautifully. And for that reason, I think this is a fantastic everyday blush because, again, no matter what you've done to your face, this goes on like a dream. And also the color's super pretty. My most colorful blush, I actually have two. And it's another one of the Fenty cream ones, and this is in the shade Bikini Martini. So it's this like really kind of cool tone pink color, if you can see that. Oh dear, I'm trying not to get the light to shine in it, but it's like this kind of bubblegum pinky color. And then the second one that I have that's super colorful is the Colourpop Night Bloom. Yeah, the Colourpop Night Bloom. I really love this one. It's so pretty. I used this in one of my last videos when I was reviewing Beauteous Cosmetics, and I made like a really pretty mermaidy sort of look with it. And it's fantastic. It performed super well. The color is really nice. I haven't actually used this one yet, the Bikini Martini, but I'm really excited to. This one, I got it a bit late into the summer, and then by the time summer was over, I hadn't found a reason to wear it, but I'm going to attempt a look with it because it's a very specific color as well. Like it's not an everyday sort of blush. I need to kind of find a specific look for this one, which I will do eventually. Just now's not quite the season. There might be a day when I feel like I want to do more of a colorful look, so I'll save it for that. The blush with the best memory attached to it is probably my Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes. I bought these to do my very first video, also because I was curious about the brand and I wanted to try stuff out from them. But because these were the first blushes I ever reviewed on my channel, it was for the very first video that I ever did on my channel. Granted, it's not that long ago. I haven't made that many videos since then, but just because of that, these are probably have the best memories attached to them so far. It's because it was for my very first YouTube video as a baby YouTuber, and I'm still a baby YouTuber. I'm making my way there, making my way downtown, walking fast. Faces past. I hate that song. Speaking of the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes, these are absolutely the blush that are the most worth the hype. Like in recent times, these are the ones I found have gotten some of the most hype, at least lately, but I think they're absolutely worth the hype. They perform so well, and I love them so much. They're very pigmented, very pretty. You really don't need a lot. They'll last you a really long time, and yeah, I was just super impressed by them, and I absolutely think they're worth the hype that they got. So 100%, yeah. A blush that I think is not worth the hype is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush. Now, I don't actually own this blush. I've never actually tried this blush, but I'm telling you that it's not worth the hype so that I may convince myself that I don't need to buy it. I don't need to spend $50 on another blush. I will bring it up again later in the video, but for now, this is the blush that is not worth the hype, purely because I need to convince myself of that. Whether or not quality-wise it is actually worth the hype, I don't know. I didn't have anything else in my collection that was really hyped up and I didn't think was worth the hype because I like all of the blushes in my collection. So for the sake of my own mental well-being and financial well-being, I am saying that the Charlotte Tilbury one, because it is so expensive, is not worth the hype and I will not buy it right now. My favorite blush from my favorite brand is Colourpop, and my favorite blush is probably, for a multitude of reasons, it is the Sailor Moon Collection Cat's Eye blush. I love a shimmery blush so much, and this has like really pretty gold reflect in it, which shows up beautifully on the face. The packaging is just so cute. I wanted this blush so badly, so when they came back in stock, I was just like, yes, give me all of them. But I love Sailor Moon. I love this blush, and it's got that really cute imprint of Luna on the actual blush itself. It's just so nice. So yes, this is not like an everyday blush. I don't reach for this all the time, but it's probably color-wise, packaging-wise, this is my favorite Colourpop blush in my collection, and Colourpop is my favorite brand. So yes, favorite blush from favorite brand. My most used blush is also a Colourpop blush. I reach for this one all the time. It is my blush that I use whenever I have no idea which blush to use. It's just my go-to safe blush that also just looks good with everything. It is the Colourpop KathleenLights I Need Space blush, and this is just a beautiful blush. It's kind of a softer sort of brownie rose. It's a brownie rose color, I guess. But it just looks good with everything. It's super safe. It's really pretty. I love the tone that it gives my skin. It doesn't look super powdery. It just adds a nice flush that looks really natural. So this is the one that I always reach for. No matter what day it is, no matter what I'm doing, this is the blush that for some reason, I just always reach for this. Also, I love the name. I Need Space. It's a very Aquarius thing, and I'm an Aquarius. She even said that in her video, like, explaining these, but yes. You can tell this is the one that I'm reaching for because the packaging detailing is kind of rubbing off on the side. It's the only one that's doing that. My most affordable blush is probably like any of my Colourpop ones. The only other one that I have that is affordable is my other Quo one, which is like 14 Canadian dollars, and I think the Colourpop ones after the conversion comes to about $10 Canadian. So yeah, any of my Colourpop blushes, like some of the older ones, are probably my most affordable. So most underrated, it's my Phase Zero Blush Bronzer Trio. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and let me tell you, my reaction to this blush bronzer trio. This is amazing, and I don't understand why more people aren't talking about it, because it's just, holy crap, this is beautiful. This middle shade alone, like, I use the bronzer all the time, like there's a fair dip in it already, but this middle blush is chef's kiss. So good and so underrated. Like, more people should be talking about this. It's so good. That being said, the one thing I will say is that this is the only one that they offer. If you don't have pale skin like I do, this is not gonna work. So Phase Zero, I would like to see in the future more range within what you offer. My most nostalgic blush is probably the Colourpop Enchanted Rose from their Midnight Masquerade collection with Disney. Just because this was the first Colourpop blush that I ever got. It's a really pretty rosy color. Also a very nice everyday color. But I love Disney. You suck me in with any Disney thing that you release, and so I bought this, and yeah, just for that reason it is my most nostalgic one, because it was the first Colourpop blush that I got. The most disappointing is, we're gonna go back to the beginning, it's these Quo blush trios. They perform decently well, that's not the problem. The problem is that when I saw these in the store, they were all like opened up, laid out with like a plastic plexiglass thing over top of them so people couldn't touch them. You could just see the colors. And one of the ones in here, which was like a middle blushy shade, was like a honey brown with like specks of gold in it. No, sorry, a honey yellow. It was like a honey yellow with specks of gold in it. And that was the shade that I saw on these and was like, I need to have this. This is so pretty. I will buy all of these for that one shade. And then I looked at the rest of them and I was like, these are all really pretty. I will use all of these. So I'm gonna buy it for the one shade, but I will use all of them. And then I opened it up, and what I saw in the store was not what I got. But I looked online, and what is shown here and what I have is the proper product. Like, this is the correct thing. So I'm not sure if what they had in the store was the wrong one, a defective one that had a wrong color in there, but I did not get my honey gold color that I expected to get, and I am kind of disappointed. Not even kind of, I'm a lot disappointed in Quo Beauty. Please, I have to go back and investigate and see if that display is still there and see what the problem was, because I want my honey gold blush. This is the reason I bought these, and I was so disappointed that they did not exist in that. It just didn't exist. Where did it go? Where did it go? I want my honey blush. And the very last category that I have chosen to include is the blush that I have been pining over for a long time. And there's actually 2 of them that are on my Sephora wish list that I really want to buy, but I am on a low buy right now, so I cannot justify it. It is 1, the Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame Cheek to Chic blush. The second one being the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Sublime Flush. I dream about that one. I dream about it. I want it so badly, but I just can't justify it. Another $52. I already spent $52 on this shit. I don't need to spend $52 plus $50 on a Charlotte Tilbury one. Why? Why do they have to be so expensive? Stop it. Stop. But that is it for my contribution to the blush tag. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already if you want more of this content. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.